What if I told you that one of the most powerful, wealthy, and influential women in the world was once a poor little girl who wore potato sacks as dresses, faced abuse, rejection, and countless failures? This is not just the story of a celebrity. This is the untold story of Oprah Winfrey, a story of pain turned into power, struggles turned into strength, and setbacks turned into stepping stones. And if you listen closely, you may find the courage to transform your own story, no matter where you are today. Oprah Gail Winfrey was born in 1954 in the small rural town of Kosciuszko, Mississippi. Her family was poor, so poor that her grandmother had to dress her in potato sacks, stitched together like clothes. Kids at school laughed at her. Society told her she would never amount to much. But there was something different about Oprah. Even as a little girl, she loved words. She would stand in church reciting Bible verses with such power that the congregation would fall silent. Her grandmother noticed her gift and encouraged her to speak. Still, life wasn't kind. At just 6 years old, Oprah was sent to live with her mother in Milwaukee. There, her world grew darker. She suffered abuse, neglect, and loneliness. At times, she felt invisible, trapped in a cycle of pain that seemed unbreakable. She once said, "I started believing I was worthless, but deep inside, I knew my voice was my escape." Finding her voice in the midst of pain, Oprah's refuge was reading. She devoured every book she could find, from poetry to stories of heroes, kings, and queens. Those books gave her hope and whispered, "There is more to life than this." In school, she stood out, not because she had the nicest clothes, she didn't. Not because she was the most popular, she wasn't. She stood out because she could speak with passion and clarity. Teachers quickly recognized her talent and gave her opportunities to compete in oratory contests. Each time she spoke, something incredible happened. People listened. For the first time, Oprah realized her voice was not just her escape, it was her gift. But even with talent, her journey was far from easy. By her teenage years, Oprah faced more struggles, including teenage pregnancy at just 14. Her baby tragically died shortly after birth. Many would have given up, believing life had defeated them. But Oprah refused to let her pain define her future. She once reflected, "Turn your wounds into wisdom." That's exactly what she did. At 17, Oprah landed her first job in radio, reading the news for a local station. Imagine that. This poor girl from Mississippi who once wore potato sacks now had her voice traveling across the airwaves. Her passion, warmth, and authenticity caught people's attention. Soon after, she moved into television, becoming a co-anchor for the evening news in Nashville. She was young, black, and female, in a time and place where all three were considered disadvantages. Critics told her she was too emotional to be on the news. But what they called weakness, Oprah turned into her strength. Her ability to connect emotionally with people, to show vulnerability, and to truly listen became her trademark. She moved to Chicago and took over a struggling morning show called AM Chicago. Within months, her authenticity turned it into the highest-rated talk show in the city. That show would later be renamed The Oprah Winfrey Show. From 1986 to 2011, The Oprah Winfrey Show became a global phenomenon. For 25 years, Oprah touched millions of lives through heartfelt conversations, deep topics, and her unique ability to connect with anyone, whether it was a struggling single mother, a celebrity, or even a US president. But here's what many people don't know. Behind the success, Oprah faced countless critics. Some accused her of being too sensational. Others said a black woman from Mississippi could never dominate daytime television. Oprah didn't just prove them wrong, she redefined what daytime TV could be. She introduced conversations on healing, forgiveness, self-improvement, and spirituality. She wasn't afraid to share her own struggles with weight, self-worth, and abuse, making her one of the most relatable public figures in history. Her authenticity became her superpower. Building her empire. Oprah didn't stop with television. She built Harpo Productions, her own media company, taking full control of her content. She launched the Oprah magazine, co-founded the Oprah Winfrey Network, and invested in films, education, and philanthropy. But here's the untold part. Oprah didn't chase money. She chased impact. And because of that, money followed. She became the first African-American female billionaire in history. But when asked what success meant to her, she said, "To me, success is about fulfilling the highest, truest expression of yourself." Oprah never forgot where she came from. She dedicated much of her wealth to education, believing it was the most powerful tool to change lives. In 2007, she opened the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls in South Africa, giving hundreds of underprivileged girls a chance at a better future. She gave millions to charities, scholarships, and relief efforts. But perhaps her greatest gift was inspiration, the belief she instilled in others that no matter your beginnings, your past does not dictate your destiny. When we peel back the layers of fame, fortune, and influence, Oprah's story teaches us powerful lessons. 1, your past does not define you. Oprah suffered abuse, poverty, and rejection, but she chose to rise above it. 2, your voice is your power. She turned her love for speaking into a career that touched millions. 3, authenticity wins. While others tried to fit into molds, Oprah stayed true to herself, and that became her strength. 4, turn pain into purpose. Instead of letting wounds destroy her, she used them as fuel to build wisdom and compassion. 5, give back. True success is not just about what you achieve for yourself, but about how many lives you touch along the way. The woman behind the legend. Today, Oprah Winfrey is not just a name. She's a symbol of resilience, authenticity, and generosity. But she reminds us that she is human. She felt fear, self-doubt, and pain just like anyone else. The difference is she refused to let those things control her destiny. Her life is living proof that no matter where you start, you can rewrite your story. So the next time you feel like giving up because of your past, remember Oprah's story. The girl who wore potato sacks became a billionaire. The teenager who thought she had no future built an empire. The young woman who once felt invisible became one of the most influential figures of our time. If her story could inspire you, imagine what your own story could inspire in others, if only you refuse to quit. And if this story touched your heart, take a small action right now. Hit the like button, share it with someone who needs hope, and don't forget to subscribe for more untold stories of resilience, greatness, and transformation. Because just like Oprah, your best chapter is still unwritten.